It's time for another review. Hello everyone, thanks once again for tuning into the channel. So today we're going to take a look at another piece that is really special to me. This figure is Hitman Agent 47. This was made from the team Master Team. That's the name of the company that made this particular figure. And this is a very, very special figure to me because I'm a big fan of this series. I remember playing Hitman Codename 47 when it came out on the PC, and I was hooked instantly, and I've just been a fan of it ever since. So I'm really pleased to be able to see this figure in hand. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at what we get in the box, and let's see how good this guy looks. So first impressions. Oh yeah, I gotta say that's a really, really good head sculpt. If you could take a look at that. That is really good. I have actually the other figure, which I'll show later in the video. I actually have the other figure, Hitman 47, that's based off of the movie. And this one, this is the way, in my opinion, 47 is supposed to look. That is a really, really good head sculpt. I'm noticing here that the hands are missing. That's kind of odd, but I mean, then again, I've opened up some figures where the feet were not attached, so I'm assuming we have them here in the package here. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at that. Let's see. I love the inside tailoring. That is really attention to detail there. Because that's one of the signature things. In the original part of the games, in the earlier games, there was no red lining on the inside. This was introduced later on, and this is a nice touch to be able to see this on the inside of the suit. That is really, really good. So that's what we have here as far as the figure. Let's go ahead and get out all the accessories, and let's take a look at everything else that we get. Okay, and here we have all the accessories that you receive when you get your figure. And I gotta say, the people who made this figure, they had to have been like some really big fans of the game, because there's so much attention to detail here for such a simple figure that's pretty much just a guy in a suit. But all the things you come with, like if you really knew the game and knew all of the stuff that came along with that character and the kind of gameplay that game was, you would really understand why these things are the way they are as far as what you get. So just off the bat, just to show you the gun, this is just one of the guns you can get, which I have to say that this stuff is probably based off of the most recent game. Because in the most recent game, he has one handgun, and that's one handgun that he uses, keeps concealed in his suit. If you play some of the older games, you'll see that he actually had two guns. They were two silver ballers, and those guns, those were his signature ones for a while. When he pulled out his handguns, he would pull them both out at the same time. It wasn't until later on that they came with just one gun and one silencer. But like I said, the earlier games, he had two guns. So this is probably just based off of the most recent one. The other thing that's really signature about this is they give you this sniper rifle, and they give you all of these accessories to customize your sniper rifle the same way you would do in the game. So literally you have this scope that you can use that actually has like the infrared, so you can be able to see that. And the other nice thing, which is like really cool attention to detail here, is you had this cover that you would put over your scope so that it would eliminate the glare. So basically you would take this piece here and you would put it over this, and therefore when you had it, it would literally eliminate the glare. So when you're out, doing snipe during the day, you would not see any glare coming from that from the sun. So it's like really good detail when it comes to that. But again, this is just the kind of stuff that 47 would have on his sniper rifle. So you can actually use this, and I believe I tried it to do a little bit. I believe you can put it on this as well, but it's not really, I don't think it's really designed for that. I think it's really mainly designed for this one, where you can literally, and you just pop it on like so, and you actually have it directly on there. Let's see if I can. It's been a little stubborn here, but yeah, you can go ahead and put it on there. I don't know why it's not sticking now, but but you can basically slip it on there, and that's what it was used for. You could even change the barrel for your sniper rifle, which is again just really good attention to detail. You have your magazine that you could put inside the sniper rifle. You had your stand that you could use, which actually these are real metal springs that are on there. You actually have your monocular, so it had the 3 different settings on there. So I mean, again, this is like when you were trying to, you know, when he's trying to do sniper or whatever, this is to help him find his targets. And then as far as the handgun, you have your clip, and these 3 bullets here we could use to kind of hold it if you wanted to hold it in his hand. Now this piece here, it's actually, it's kind of funny because honestly I've never seen this part or used this portion used in the game, but nevertheless I think it is absolutely cool that they actually put this in here. So this is actually an anemometer that you would use to check wind speed, and it's just one of the things that you would take into account when it came to you know, get ready to snipe someone. That's what you would check. You would check distance, and you would check the wind when it came to that whole thing. So they just included that. I'm not sure when there was actually a point in the game where he actually used this, but still this is like a really cool piece to have, because whether you saw it in the game or not, this is the kind of thing that 47 would have when he came to sniping his target. So this is, I mean, this is absolutely great. So you have that piece there, and then you have the piano wire that he used, which this one is kind of, it's kind of flexible, but that's some nice good detail. And then you have the hands. I gotta say the sculpting of the hands is pretty good. This kind of looks like just kind of your generic hands that you get with some of the other figures that you would normally see, and it looks like they just took the time to paint these, which I have to say they did a really good job painting it. These are done really well. The only thing is you get 7 hands, and I would kind of expect this one to have a pair, because this is kind of like the hand you would use for the wire, but they only give you 1. These other 2 here are just regular fist. So you can kind of, I mean, you could maybe do something to play around with that. So yeah, let's actually get this thing together. I actually want to show you the other 47 figure that I have, and you can kind of do a comparison between the 2. So let's get those 2 guys out and check it out. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I totally forgot one of the other nice pieces was the briefcase that you get, which I'm pretty sure you can probably fit, you know, some pieces, some of the smaller pieces in there, just to have something. Honestly, I really wouldn't put anything in here unless you wanted to display it to where he had, you know, a few things. Maybe you want to put his gun in there, and like you could take a photo with this, and he has the pieces inside the briefcase. So that's a cool thing to have if you want to have it displayed like that, or just holding the case closed, depending upon how you want to pose your figure. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get the 2 figures out, and let's do a side-by-side comparison. Okay, and here we have the 2 Agent 47 figures side by side. This particular figure was made by a company, I believe they're called Dreamer Toys. This was a long time ago when this figure got released, but again, this was based off of I believe it was Timothy Oliphant in the Hitman movie that he was in. And so honestly, I mean, it's not the best suit, but still at the time it was pretty good. Just the texture of the suit is not really all that great in my opinion, but again, because I'm a fan, that was the reason why I bought it. I will say that between the 2, they both have some good qualities and bad qualities to the suit. So honestly, in my opinion, I have the ability to make the best 47 suit that I possibly can as far as the figure is concerned. So this is kind of a rough material for the tie. It doesn't really feel like it's even like a cloth type material for it. So I'm definitely going to use the other tie. Plus, as you can see, this like has this black strap underneath, this elastic strap to hold the tie together. Whereas this other figure, the material is a cloth material, which is really good. The other thing is the back of the tie is actually tied together, so you don't have to run into the issues of the back portion of the tie coming out like it does on this one. You don't have to be messing around with that. And the elastic on this particular tie is a thin, like almost like a rubber band that's on that. So this is definitely a better tie to use than the other. So I'm definitely going to be pulling it from this guy and using it for the other one. Now, when it comes to the shoes for the figure, this particular one, it has some pretty decent black shoes. You know, that's it's almost like these are the kind of shoes you would see on a number of different figures. So there's really nothing special about that. And then he actually comes with some black socks. So you have that version. Now the other one I have, as you can see, these socks are, these shoes are a lot shinier than the other ones. There's actually some shoelaces for the shoes. You can see if you can focus on that. So you have shoelaces that come out for the shoes, and then there's actually some white socks that come with this figure. So in comparison between the two, I would definitely go with these shoes over the other ones, simply because these shoes are just a little more realistic when it comes to the two. So yeah, when it comes to these, I think they both, like I said, have some good qualities and some bad qualities to them. So literally, I'm going to be pulling from these to really make the best possible outfit I can have for this figure. I would say he definitely has the better suit, overall suit, but he has the better tie. And also this figure has the better shoes. So doing a combination between that, I think we can make a pretty good figure. So those are my comparison between the two. I'm really glad that I got this figure. Having more than one is also a benefit to have. So I'm going to jump right into some really good pictures. Let's see what we can come up with. Thank you once again for tuning into the channel. Once again, like I say, you guys are always appreciated. Feel free to check out my Instagram. You can see thousands of other pictures that I've uploaded, and actually my pictures are now available for prints. So if you want to order something from me, feel free to go to my page. You can go to my website, which I'll leave a link in the description, and also you can go to my Etsy page. You can pick out something from there. But again, thank you for checking out the channel, and I'll see you next time.